percussive force rocks the Titan. It targets the muscles, the engine compartment. A fortress of steel, a Titan of the modern age, unleashes its fury against the sky. For a moment, technology holds the line, a perfect, calculated response against the first wave. A flash of light, a puff of smoke. The Challenger is neutralized, a flawless display of defensive power. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an uncountable enemy, but the sky itself has become the adversary, a thinking, hunting storm? This is the story of how even the strongest walls can be breached, not with a bang, but with a whisper of change. In the vast, silent plains of Eastern Europe, a new legend of land power is born. The Armata T-14. Not just a tank, but a statement of dominance forged in steel. Every movement is deliberate, every sound a testament to the immense power held within. Its heart is a protected sanctum, where the crew commands the beast, shielded from the outside world. Its mind, a robotic turret, operates with a cold, inhuman precision. And its soul, the Afghanit Active Protection System, an invisible shield against any known threat. The behemoth stands alone, confident in its supremacy, waiting for a challenge. The world holds its breath, a profound silence that comes only before the storm. Inside the fortress, digital eyes register the anomaly, a threat unlike any seen before. Miles away from the shadows, a new philosophy of conflict is unleashed. The swarm is born, not a weapon, but a living, networked organism. The Armada's senses awaken. The turret turns, scanning the swarm of incoming contacts. The first scout breaks away, a lone probe sent to test the giant's defenses. The crew inside watches, their hands steady. This is a test, a challenge they welcome. The first true Challenger descends, a blur of motion against the sky. The fortress responds instantly. Its digital reflexes are faster than human thought. In slow motion, a countermeasure erupts, a tiny projectile on a mission of interception. A flash of light, a puff of smoke. The Challenger is neutralized, a flawless display of defensive power. But every action is recorded, every defense analyzed by a mind spread across the sky. A second Challenger approaches, this time from a new, unexpected angle. Again, the fortress scoffs at the attempt. Another effortless, contemptuous interception. The swarm's central consciousness processes the data. The giant's limits have now been calculated. The scattered dots on the radar converge, forming a single, terrifying mass. Then the storm breaks. The sky darkens as the entire swarm descends in unison. Inside the Armata, alarms blare. Every sensor screams as the world outside becomes chaos. The air above the tank becomes a web of explosions, a desperate, beautiful defense against the inevitable. The first impact, a glancing blow against the thickest armor, a futile gesture. Another follows. These are sacrifices meant only to occupy the giant's attention. Because while the shield is busy, the true daggers are already moving in the shadows. Two units, flying low and fast, approach from the rear, an unguarded flank. A concussive force rocks the Titan. It targets the muscles, the engine compartment. The behemoth shudders to a halt. The deep hum of its engine is replaced by an ominous silence. The next strike is precise. It targets the eyes, the main optical sensors of the fortress. The crew's main view goes dark. They are now blind inside their own steel cage, but not defeated. The machine gun turret roars to life, a final defiant act of resistance against the encroaching darkness. It's a desperate, sweeping fire, a beast lashing out in the dark, and it finds its mark. The crew deploys a smokescreen, a tactical retreat into a cloud of temporary obscurity. For the swarm, the visual world vanishes, but it has other senses, other ways of seeing. High above, a scout drone pierces the veil, relaying coordinates to its brethren below. The assault continues, unseen, guided by a network that transcends sight. The Armada attempts to withdraw, its damaged treads grinding against the earth. The main cannon speaks one last time, a thunderous roar aimed at the heavens. A pre-programmed shell detonates mid-air, a wide net of shrapnel to clear the sky. It's a powerful blow, taking several units out of the fight in a single brilliant flash. But the swarm is a fluid entity. It feels the loss, and it adapts its formation instantly. The coordinated attack pattern dissolves. They now come one by one, a relentless, unpredictable stream. A precision strike against the right tread. The giant's legs are hobbled. The mighty fortress can now only turn in place, a wounded giant unable to flee. Another impact silences the smoke launchers, stripping away its last defensive trick. The Afghanet system fires one of its final interceptors, still performing its duty flawlessly. And then, an audible click. A warning on the screen confirms the stark reality. The shield is gone. A terrifying vulnerability washes over the crew. The fortress has become a tomb. The remaining units of the swarm stop their advance. They circle above, patient observers. The commander inside waits for the final blow, but it never comes. The swarm's objective was not annihilation, it was neutralization, and the mission is complete. As one, the remaining units ascend, disappearing back into the sky from which they came. Silence returns to the valley, broken only by the wind and the crackle of hot metal. The commander keys his microphone, his voice heavy. The fortress has been humbled. The tank's mighty treads, designed to cross any terrain, now lie broken and useless. Smoke drifts lazily from the engine deck, a sign of the deep internal damage. Its main optical sensor, once a window to the world, is now a shattered, vacant eye. The secondary machine gun sits silent, its defiant stand now a memory. A spent shell casing on the ground is the only evidence of the giant's ferocious final struggle. Inside, red warning lights illuminate the cramped space, a constant reminder of system failures. A crewman's hand rests limply, the controls beneath it no longer responding. As the sun sets, the Armada becomes a monument, a silhouette of power incapacitated. The fortress did not fall, but this outcome reveals a truth that goes beyond military. It wasn't a victory of firepower, but of information, a triumph of the network over the individual. Each neutralized unit was not a loss, but a lesson, its final data strengthening the whole. The swarm learned, adapted, and overcame, proving the whole is far greater than the sum of its parts. This event doesn't signal the end of the tank. It signals its necessary evolution. The next generation of armor will need more than just steel. It will need shields of light. Defensive laser systems capable of neutralizing threats with the speed of light. It will need to project its own influence, cloaking itself in electronic countermeasures. And perhaps most importantly, the fortress must learn to command its own loyal swarm. The next confrontation won't be one against many. It will be swarm versus swarm. The endless cycle of innovation continues, a fundamental race between the shield and the spear. This shifting philosophy echoes across all domains of modern conflict, from the sea to the sky. In design labs around the world, engineers are already sketching the next chapter. In command centers, strategists are rewriting the rules of engagement for a new era. The wounded Armata stands as a powerful lesson, a relic of one era and a catalyst for the next. Its silence is a message, a warning that what worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. The sky is clear again, but the knowledge of what it can hold has changed everything. Imagine a digital map of the world, a new kind of strategic landscape. Here, power is represented not just by fortresses, but by intelligent, flowing networks. The complex dance between these two philosophies is the great game of our time.